to the BetterKast, your bi-weekly hope for stuff and things. We're three guys with a band, a podcast, and a pocket full of dreams. I'm just Matt.
I'm the Weather Brain.
And I'm Jam Jam. And guys, I need to know, who is your favorite comic book character?
Does manga count? Because I'm going to go with Luffy if it does.
Yeah,
we're going to count manga.
I'm going to go with Luffy.
I'm going to say Kirito from SAO.
Matt, who is Luffy from, or what?
Oh, he's from One Piece. He's going to be the king of the pirates. I don't think I'm allowed to go more in depth than that because I will spoil things.
Okay.
Probably a good idea. Definitely a good idea.
My answer is pretty basic. The only comic book I've ever collected was Spider-Man. So I just feel really inspired by a guy who has a call and then it completely messes up his life in the process. He has no ability to maintain personal relationships with anyone at the sake of just doing the right thing. And he's so young.
Makes sense. What's the reason behind yours, though?
He's going to be the king of the pirates.
That's it. You don't want to, you can't go at all in the more
I
detail.
didn't think he was going to do it at first. I'm like, there's no way this kid can do this. But now, 25 years later, the kid could probably do it.
Fair enough. I mean,
25 years?
It's been a long time.
Well, I would say the reason that Kirito is my favorite is, of course, just his actions throughout the whole series. And he's smart, but he's also got like a dark streak, and I relate to the whole vibe that he's got. I just love him as a character.
Now, if we're talking comic strips, I'm going with Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. That kid plays by his own rules.
Calvin's awesome. I would probably pick Garfield.
Makes sense.
Nice.
What with your food obsession?
Oh, it's my Monday obsession.
Monday obsession?
I'm just a sucker for Mondays. I love them, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I have some.
You love Mondays.
Monday mornings, some of my best work days.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Tuesdays more.
You seem like you like Tuesdays.
I'm a Tuesday guy. Monday's kind of my day for all right, I'm going to sit back and try to plan the week out and not try to do anything too crazy today because everyone else is doing the crazy today.
Why would you plan things out?
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, just so everyone knows, Brian's one of those people that lives his entire life off his Google Calendar, and I live my entire life trying to remember what I was supposed to do today.
It sounds about right, actually. Believe it or not, I might have the most colors on that calendar compared to a lot of people. I use the whole rainbow for my planning.
He does.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He uses the 64 Crayola box with the little sharpener in the back. That's what his calendar looks like.
I'm telling you, if I didn't have it, though, I would be lost. Which sucks to say that because it's like a digital thing. So if the power goes out or something crazy like that, I'm SOL.
If he scrolls too fast through it, your epilepsy will kick up.
It's actually awesome.
Yeah, some might see it as scary. I see it as efficient, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Anime and manga seems to be a subject that we just brought up.
Yeah, so speaking of that, one of the conversations we had earlier is manga comic books? And we were like, yeah, it is. So we decided on that, but kind of brought us into thinking about we should start an anime section of our show where we do it like a book club.
Yeah.
And we pick an anime, try to talk about it.
One of the reasons we think anime would be fun to talk about is the fact that we all watch different things. Jameson's all over the place with his choices. Brian is pretty much slice of life and romantic comedy type stuff. And I'm just a shonen kid at heart.
He really is.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
He's your spirit person is like Luffy.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I think so.
I have pushed. We are going to watch Samurai Champloo for the first time.
Yeah. Well, what about you guys? What are you watching right now?
Oh, man, I started watching Dragon Ball Daima. Me and Matt actually started that together recently. And I'm sad that I haven't gotten farther in it because I'm just not really sure how I feel about it yet. And for those of you that don't know, if you're Dragon Ball fans, this is a new series that has taken place after Toriyama's death. So he probably only designed the characters, but he's not doing a lot of the writing.
Oh, okay.
His his predecessor, Toyotaro, his new illustrator for the manga.
It takes place in between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. which is interesting because Dragon Ball Super takes place before the very end of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
So Dragon Ball Z wrapped up, and there's a scene at the end of the series that takes place like 10 years in the future. So they're writing in all these new series to take place before the end of Z, because I think they want to call it at some point.
I mean, when did they start all of that?
I mean, in the 80s.
You're talking about
right?
Super, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
A long time
Dragon
ago.
Ball?
All right, I got one more question to wrap up this little anime thing we got going here. Why is Miku awesome? And I'm talking Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku is awesome because she's like a pop star without any of the drama. She's just efficient, and she's always in key. Her voice is pure sugar to me. I listen to it, and I just get euphoria.
I agree. I love her because she's almost like this symbol of unity between creativity and the world, really, when you think about it, and art, and also, I guess, anime in a way, but like, yeah, you kind of summed it up well.
Though. I mean, she really is. She's like that bridge between visual arts expression and musical expression, and then just completely eliminates the ego. Yeah, at least from an individual that's depicting the work.
And I've heard so many great things. Like, she gets people through a lot of dark times. I feel that.
Myself included, for sure.
Same. And,
I used to play the Miku game on 3DS when I was like super depressed, and I would just play that rhythm game, and I was just like weeping tears of like revelation playing some of that stuff.
It's great. It's a great feeling, at least being able to have someone kind of represent that and help you through that. It's cool.
Absolutely.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, guys.
Miku is my muse.
Like,
what is a Miku?
Hatsune?
Does not help.
Anyways,
she's a hologram. She's not.
Off of what?
She's an anime girl.
She's a Vocaloid.
Sings.
From what?
From what?
Japan.
She's a pop star.
You mean this isn't even like an anime or like a thing? This is just a like.
She doesn't have an anime or anything yet.
Yeah.
I hope so. That would be cool.
But she's just an idol. She's a digital idol, essentially.
She's
literally
like a
VTuber.
She's out there saving lives, Matt, and you don't even know who she is.
She's not a VTuber because she's not.
I swear, this whole time.
No, exactly.
She's not a person.
This whole time we've been working on our stuff. Anytime y'all brought this up, I just assumed it was off some anime that y'all were watching. You mean to tell me this whole time you have literally a poster of this AI up on your wall?
Yes.
She's a being. We'll have to watch a concert sometime.
Yeah, we need to bring him.
Let's please not.
Maybe that's where I'm taking you guys.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah. We'll go to the nearest Miku show. Probably Japan, New York. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. All right. Let's move on to the weather. Yeah, I guess it's that time, y'all.
Thank God.
All right, y'all. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, I don't know about you guys out there, but I've been cold, like super cold. It's been very cold here in Tennessee. I mean,
It's been a little chilly.
yeah, I woke up, was it a couple days ago? Maybe it was yesterday morning, and it was 3 degrees up where I live. And that is just not something we get down here very often. Are we going to have more of that? Well, let me answer that question for you real quick. Well, looks like it's going to get a little warmer. That's great. That is very good. For me anyways. Some of you out there might like this cold weather. I'm all right with it for a little while, but you know, when you're trying to work outside and that stuff, it's just not fun. Looks like
What do you do working outside? That walk to your car?
well, you know, I have to roll the trash can up to the road and then grab the mail. It's a lot of work.
I hate the mail.
Yeah. My mail doesn't come until 6 p.m.
That's crap.
Yes, it is, because I would like it to come in the daylight.
Yeah.
Now I have to go walk to my street and be afraid that the trash man's going to come grab me with his claw.
Why is your trash man running at 6 o'clock at night? That is a morning job.
I don't know. Maybe it's 6 a.m. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong utilities. Anyways, thank you, Matt, for that kind interruption. So by the time you are seeing this, you will be experiencing temperatures in the mid 30s if you're in the Nashville area with some clouds. We just had a cold front come through today while we were filming, and it's going to make things a little cooler. Then it's going to warm up this weekend. 49 degrees Saturday with some sun. Sunday, a little more clouds, and then looking further down the road, we're seeing 50 by Monday, guys. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that a lot. I don't know about you, but so this is what the Climate Prediction Center is looking at for our warm-up that I'm telling you all about, because it's not just going to be by Monday and then get cold again. Good news, right? We may have some cooler weather in that zone, but on average, we're going to be warming up. We're going to be above average, it looks like, for the end of January into the beginning of February. That's not to say we're not going to have another cold snap or something in February. It's still winter. These things happen. But
now, Brian, I'm no weatherman myself, but it seems to look as though Alaska will be remaining cold.
Oh, yes.
I feel like the blue is the cold.
Yes, that is the cold.
Bet.
Good for Idaho.
Yeah. They got a little bit of a chance of above.
Yeah, I see some yellow.
Yeah, and honestly, seeing this above average forecast for the end of the month into February is good for California, because they've had a lot of wildfires lately, and it's been rough on them. And that is because when we get these really large polar vortexes, as they like to say, they will squeeze air through the Sierra Nevadas in such a way that it will go offshore and cause a lot of very high winds, and there's a lot of dry kindling out there, and that's what causes these fires. But luckily, we're going above average, so we should have a decent break from that coming up. That'll be great.
That's good. I thought cigarettes started these fires.
I mean, they probably do still.
Makes sense.
That's what they teach us.
That's what they teach us. I mean, you remember Smokey Bear going like,
only you can prevent forest fire.
Yeah, he's from Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that was a natural park initiative that made Smokey the Bear in the first place. I could be way wrong.
No, I thought Smokey the Bear was an actual bear.
I don't think he is.
They didn't hire him to do that?
I don't think they did, dude.
I feel like if they did, he's aged out.
I mean, talking bears are pretty rare. I feel like you got a gig for the rest of your life, right?
Fair point.
Yeah, he's totally real. There's no way he's not. Like, he even wears the hat. He talks to you.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I that's what made me take it seriously.
Yeah.
As
He's
a
the
young
only
man.
one that knew what he knew, and now we all know it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's single-handedly because Smokey the Bear decided to take up a career as a awareness figure for wildfires, that we have less of them. It may look bad in California, but it's been a record-setting year for the Sierra Nevada winds.
Yeah.
It's been terrible. So
Who do you guys think would win in a fight between Smokey the Bear and Joe Camel?
Smokey the Bear, bro.
That's where I'm at.
I feel like Joe Camel's going to kind of be like held back by the tremendous amounts of lung cancer he has. Coolness doesn't win fights.
No.
Bears do.
But I feel like Joe's probably packing like some weapons. He'd probably fight dirty.
Feel like Smokey the Bear's a bear.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Good point.
These are all great points.
All right, so I don't know about you guys, but like we were talking earlier, it's been cold, but not just for us. It's been really cold for the Gulf Coast. They even got a ton of snow for the first time in a very long time, almost in, for most people down there, recorded history. Let's take a look at that because I have a really cool image to share with y'all. Check this out. That right there is snow. All that stuff that you see, the white coloring that is on top of the green, where it should be green, along the coast, that is all snow. It's showing us that there is snow covering a large portion of the Gulf Coast from about, I would say this is Corpus Christi, up into all of southern Louisiana. Louisiana got hit hard. Look at that. New Orleans, there's snow in there. You said something about...
I saw an article talking about them throwing snowballs in New Orleans.
Right. That's insane, y'all. I don't know about you, but that's crazy. There was a picture that... Was it you that showed me the picture of the snow on the beach?
Yeah, it was in Destin, Florida.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Like, it was snow all the way up to the waterline.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling that right now, and they don't have the materials to be keeping up with this kind of stuff down there. Like, they don't have plows. Like, you just basically either stay home or you might get stuck on the road, or there's a good chance you'll get stuck. They even had blizzard warnings in Louisiana. That's how crazy this was.
That's insane.
For the first time ever.
Could you imagine being down in the swamp and being like, blizzard warning?
Nah, I'm really worried about all the gators and stuff down there. They must be froze solid.
That's fine.
I bet they're delicious.
So yeah, all the way up through Georgia and the Carolinas, they got plenty of snow. We didn't get any up here. How crazy is that? It was single digits and we didn't get any snow. But that be how the weather is, y'all.
You ready to tell us about some sports things?
Sports things? Yeah, I'm ready. Guys, we're going to do the double dribble with Jam Jam.
Now, while Brian gets your footage pulled up, I do have a question for you.
Okay. Hit me with it.
So, how do you feel about the Cowboys looking at Deion Sanders as a head coach?
I don't think that's the worst choice they could make. I don't think it's the best choice they could make.
Can you give me reasons?
Well, all of the information is sort of unbeknownst to everyone right now. I don't think that we have all of the data needed to make a call like that.
Could we get Greg to get us some data?
Greg? Is he doing anything?
He hasn't done anything all day.
He's sleeping. Are you serious?
Okay, well, what about this, Jameson? What do you think the Titans should do with their first-round draft pick?
A lot of buzz is going around about picking a quarterback. Some people say that's a bad move. They need to be looking forward with the season and getting a tight end so that they can defend their quarterback future seasons and hopefully get them better performances moving forward.
Well, we have a different thing we're going to do today. We're actually going to do some like a speed run of some footage over the past winter season. Actually,
Yes.
The month, basically.
Some hardcore training has been going on behind the scenes, and tonight we want to unveil some of that hard work that our athletes don't get recognized for. It's always about the wins and the losses. It's never about the personal work they put in.
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's hit it.
All right, here we have the classic overhand pull-up. This is a great exercise designed to build strength from the exercise, and you become stronger when you're done with it.
Ooh,
This man is
yeah.
demonstrating left and right hand punches. I believe he's doing jab, cross. So this is one of the most famous exercises of all time. It's called the power clean, and it's where you lift a bunch of weights over your head. You become stronger. This is jump rope.
Yeah, that is jump rope. Wow.
You notice how this guy is doing almost the exact same thing as the other guy, but he has gloves on. What I believe is that simulates what it's like to be in the ring during a match. Now, this guy also has gloves on, but he threw an elbow.
Oh, wow.
This guy.
This is happening fast now.
He is running. See, it always happens so fast. People
Yeah.
don't talk about it. This guy's running, and it builds up his endurance. Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think all these people are on the same team?
It's a good chance.
Yeah, this guy. Oh, wow. That's impressive.
This guy, that's a kettlebell. It's one of my favorite exercises.
Yeah.
It's a Russian origin, I believe.
Wait, hold on. Tell me more about that.
The kettlebell, it's an all-around workout that you can get from just having a weight with a handle. There's about like 200 different variations of exercises that you can do. Very good at toning.
Oh, okay.
Leaning up, cutting fat, just becoming really good calisthenic strength as well.
Is there a technique to using?
Oh,
kettlebell?
yes, there's many techniques. You notice how this guy has his palm, you notice how this guy has the weight in his palm and it's kind of laying on the back of his wrist?
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
That's a technique people use so they don't have to close their fist when they hold it.
Oh, okay.
So now his hand is open and it gives him a different range of...
Is it giving more fluidity?
Probably more fluidity and more range of motion in the hand.
I'm sure that means he also has to like take in more fluids to keep up with that amount of movement. It only makes sense, right?
I don't see any fluids on the screen.
Me either.
I think he's probably neglecting his fluid intake.
Yeah, that could be something that needs to be looked into here.
I'm disappointed that his trainer or his coach is not in the room here to correct his technique. He has great form, but his lack of hydration is concerning.
Oh, I hope they get that figured out.
I hope so too. I wish him well. Hope he has a good season.
Yeah. All right, moving on then. That's impressive, though. Thanks for the info on that.
Yeah, no, he's throwing it between his legs. And this is one of the most popular sports from the Olympics is breakdancing.
All right.
Here's a classic training exercise called running in place. And the guy's, he looks like he's running, but he's going nowhere. It's a strategy that people use to emulate the sensation of running without actually getting anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it's good to just get reflection and rest from a good workout. You can tell that this man's muscles are clearly asking for it. He seems pretty content. He's pretty happy with how things went today, I think. We won't know until the season starts, but he's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
And this gentleman here, let's go ahead and pause this real quick. I don't know what's happening here. I can't see the rest of the frame, but I'm going to assume that he's on like an elliptical machine or some kind of workout equipment.
Looks like it, yeah.
But there's a very good chance that there's nothing attached to those sticks. You might just have to keep rolling and see.
Never gives us a chance to see.
Yeah, I don't think we can work with that. Actually, I'm kind of disappointed in Greg's highlight reel today.
Well,
Now, here's my question for you, Jameson. When it comes to all of these people we've been looking at in this montage, what sport do you think they're getting ready to play?
Based on the muscle mass and the general physique that everyone has, and the fact that they're training in martial arts, I'm assuming they're getting ready for a rugby game because it combines all of the elements of upper body strength training, lifting balls into the air, and probably needing to beat somebody up on a moment's notice. So I think that's what we all have in common here.
I think you got a firm grasp of rugby.
I really enjoy rugby.
thank you, Jameson. Although we got to fix this little problem, I think it was great. And it was very informative, so...
All right, guys. Well, I feel good about it. Is there any questions about the sport of rugby that we want to hit before we move on?
What's the ball called?
The rug ball.
Cool.
Awesome. Alrighty. So next up, we have animals that scare Matt.
All right, guys, so we're going to break it down and do it a little different this week. See, what we were going to do is bird facts with Matt. And then I started Googling birds, and that turned into a rabbit hole of me finding a bunch of different animals that scared me. So we are instead going to do animals that scare Matt, because it turns out every time I get on Google, I find a new one. Today's a snake.
What snake is it?
Oh, it is the brown tree snake, because I thought, what would make snakes more scary if they just climbed trees and dropped out of them?
Oh, wow.
The brown tree snake is also known as the brown cat snake because they don't just stay in trees and they eat small animals. They are native to Australia and New Guinea because apparently anything that'll kill you lives there. Now, these normally don't attack humans, but I'm assuming they will. They are aggressive snakes that drop out of the trees. They can be pretty long. I was reading something that was talking about the longest one they found was 9 feet 8 inches, but they're normally 6 feet or longer, which is just not okay for something dropping out of trees.
No.
They are commonly found in trees, caves, and near limestone cliffs. Don't know why limestone cliffs, but apparently that's a thing. They are nocturnal. So they come out at night. I assume they hide in trees during the day, and if you spook them, they drop on you and end you. And then they like to come out and find what they want at night, which is horrifying. While reading on this snake, I found out they were moderately venomous. What does that even mean?
Bro.
It's either venomous or it's not. It either hurts you or it doesn't. What does moderately mean? That is horrifying.
Is there a venom spectrum?
They also, when they do bite, they bite aggressively. They gonna snap you 5 or 6 times with their venom, because that's what they do, is they just aggressively come at you until they get enough in you. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is scary enough as is. It's not, though, because they don't know what kind of snake they want to be. So they will also wrap around you like a constrictor. So then you got the squeezing and the face biting and the venom, and they just eat animals and stuff. They're horrifying.
I don't know about you, Jameson, but that's kind of scary.
No, I hate this. I hate everything about it. Well, except for the flowers. That's really nice.
We are talking about the snake.
Matt, I thought it would be more brown than this.
Really? That's your problem with it. It's not brown enough for you? Did you want it to look more like the stick it's dropping from? It's such a bad complaint. I mean, I'm not a zoologist, so it's not like I can just like, that's pretty brown.
That's very brown.
It's a brown snake. It is in a tree.
It's brown.
I like that one more than the last one.
Oh, this one? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to tell with the. I think it's the white flower that really makes it seem like it's not brown enough for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not brown enough for me.
Because that's brown.
That's brown. I feel good about that one.
That's brown. The first picture here.
It falls from trees and constricts as it aggressively strikes you with its venomous fangs, and you guys are worried about its color palette?
I think I like this picture best.
I love the contrast of that picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the way that the gold on his belly is highlighted.
It's not that we're worried about the color. It's just that it's an important factor of the animal, right?
Is it?
Yeah. It is to me.
I hope one gets you. I hope one gets you. Do you know what the antivenom is? Because now I'm not going to tell you. I didn't do research on it.
It's anti-brown snake venom.
It has to be.
Right? Because you fight venom with venom. Or maybe I'm just crazy. I'm not a zoologist.
I'm not either. Is Matt?
No!
So why did you switch to...
So does that mean if you get bit by a venomous snake and then you get bit by another venomous snake, in your mind, you're good?
If it's the same snake.
Yeah.
If he bites you twice.
So it just turns the poison on and off? Is that why it's striking aggressively? Because it's just taking a white daisy and going, he loves me not, he loves me, but with poison?
Yes.
That's what's going on in your
I
brain.
think so, yeah. I think you nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. All right, guys. So after you have just ruined snakes for me by bringing up colors,
Sorry.
we're going to talk
It's
about
very important.
something that's been interesting us in the last week or so. Something that's just popped out to us a little bit. For me, Daft Punk's first album, 28 years old, came out in 1997. It is the album Homework. It had songs like Around the World and Defunk on it.
That's an awesome album.
It is. It's such a good album.
Phenomenal.
My personal favorite Daft Punk album is Discovery, but I'm just a big Interstellar 5555 fan.
I am so freaking glad that you took us to see that, Matt.
Yeah, so
That changed my life.
just
literally.
like a month or so ago, we all went and saw Interstellar 5555 in theaters. If you haven't seen it, it is a animated movie put to the Discovery album. Phenomenal. They cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 7 times.
I'm not even ashamed to admit it at all.
And I had already seen it.
But yeah, thank you for that. That was a great time.
No, it was good. Seriously, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's
Yes.
so good.
For sure. Well, on my end, something that I have been getting into more that I'd finished, I think it was like a week or two ago, was an anime called Dandadan. And if you guys have not seen that, I'm sure you might have heard of it. If you're an anime fan, it's a big deal. It's awesome for all the right reasons. I love it. So yeah, that was a really good anime, and I've been watching. I just started it, and I have been like putting it off to wait for the dubs to come out because I started it with dubbed. Is ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. That's probably, other than Sword Art Online, that is my second favorite isekai. ReZero was awesome, and I'm excited to finish the series. I only just started the first episode last night, so but it's exciting to finally have that come back. what are y'all watching? That's what I want to know. And other than that, I guess it's Jameson. You got any?
Yeah, I mean, since we're talking
Current
about
things?
watching stuff, one of the things that popped up on my mind recently was that David Lynch passed away recently.
Oh,
He was most known for his involvement with producing and directing the series Twin Peaks, the film Mulholland Drive, and one of my personal favorites, Eraserhead. If you haven't seen that film, highly recommend
sounds
it.
familiar. But
If you're like me and you watch nothing like that, he was also Gus on the Cleveland Show. He was the bartender.
I've never seen the Cleveland Show.
I've never seen any of the other stuff you said.
You should watch Eraserhead.
No.
But there's the possibility that one of the props was a pig fetus.
oh, how grotesque!
Yeah. Does that change your mind?
Still gonna watch the Cleveland Show.
Spoiler
Gus.
alert, by the way.
Yeah, you're gonna see a
Should've done
pig
that
fetus,
earlier.
I guess. Yeah,
It's up for debate. It's a controversial thing. Nobody really knows if it is a pig fetus.
I think it sounds quite deep.
And David
I mean,
Lynch.
I would be interested to see what.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You should watch it. Has one of David Lynch's most famous songs, actually, In Heaven. It's sung by the Radiator Woman.
All right.
The Radiator Woman.
Is she
Yeah.
a woman made out of radiators, or is she a woman that thinks she's a radiator, or does she breathe steam?
She's a small woman that lives in the radiator, and her face is made of like paper mache cancerous growths. And she stomps on maggots on stage while she sings this song about
Oh.
going to heaven.
My God, I got her autograph once.
Are you actively trying to make people watch this? Because it's not going to
Yeah.
work, and you just stop it.
The Radiator Woman? You got her autograph?
I totally did.
Yeah.
I got her autograph.
Was she playing a show somewhere?
No, she was doing like stand-up comedy, bro.
Oh my
it was
God.
so awesome. It was like the one-time thing.
Yeah.
I happened to be in town for a show. I believe it was the first time I went to Cleveland, and that's ironic. But yeah, so I went there, and there's just like this sign that said "Radiators for Hire." She was the space heater in this one.
Oh, was she doing kind of a David Bowie thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You two are
yes.
the worst.
But yeah, now I can tell that the title
Yeah.
of that event made sense because I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
What a great, like, tongue-in-cheek kind of, like, kid with yourself, you know,
Yeah.
space heater.
right.
Like,
But I just thought she was really funny, and I was like,
Yeah.
yo, can I get your autograph? And
Okay,
she's like,
I am
absolutely.
so done with both of you. We've been better, Kenny, and we better be in your playlist.